online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
We begin with breaking news out of the North Dakota capital of Bismarck, where a highly publicized vote has just been taken.
Burleigh County Commissioners have just decided to allow refugee resettlement with a cap of 25 for next year. This meeting just adjourned at Horizon Middle School in Bismarck, where both sides of the issue voiced opinion in what turned out to be a steady stream of people addressing the commissioners.
Commissioners decided to provide written consent allowing Lutheran Social Services to continue resettlement in the central North Dakota County, but with that cap.
The option surfaced after President Donald Trump issued an executive order allowing local governments to make their own decisions. Cass County recently voted to accept refugees.
Tensions are high in Grand Forks as the school board there wrestles with the decision of whether to close West Elementary School in the northern part of town.
Parents living in that area don't want to see their child's school go, but smaller enrollment numbers have the board questioning if they should continue to invest in the facility.
Valley News Team's Katie Opperly and dozens of people packed a room at the Education Center tonight to find out what the future holds for West Elementary.
Parent after parent after parent stepped forward, concerned about the fate of West Elementary in Grand Forks.
I can't say enough good things about West. I am very concerned as a North End parent in the West attendance area about closing West.
Build our population instead of adding more to schools that are already full and using relocatables. There has to be a better solution than simply closing up shop at the end of the school year.
Amanda Walker lives within a couple of blocks of the school, and like many parents, she hopes West does not close its doors.
Any school that's going to close is a complete loss for Grand Forks. I also think that it becomes a burden on the parents, even though the schools can absorb the kids.
Parents are worried about the impact it would have on students and staff.
The older kids that have been with these kids since kindergarten, now they're 4th and 5th grade, and they have to start their lives all over again.
The district says it is a difficult decision. They're considering the families at West Elementary while also trying to be fiscally responsible, looking at enrollment and facility condition.
When we look at the demographers' projections for a pretty flat to nominal neighborhood growth over the next 5 years, that's kind of the reason for the conversation.
I've kind of heard both sides. The people that live in the area, kids go to the school, love the school, want to stay there. But I also heard from the other side of the community that, how small is too small.
89 students with an additional 41 early childhood special education students, as well as all staff, will have to be relocated if West closes its doors.
I'm tired of the bulldozers running. I'm tired of people talking about how we need to be more efficient and build new, build new, build new. When you have something as unique as West School or any of the other neighborhood schools, you cherish that and you keep that going.
The district says the decision has not yet been made. Brenner says they are listening to the community to see how they should move forward. In Grand Forks, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
The final decision for the future of West Elementary has been pushed back to January 21st.
Still no sign of a missing 63-year-old woman. Stutsman County deputies say Sonia Heinley was last seen around 7 Sunday night. They believe she was driving a tan 2003 Buick LeSabre, similar to the one in the picture on your screen right now. The car has a North Dakota license plate 183AVF. If you know where she is, call the number on your screen, 252-1000.
The Minnesota Court of Appeals has ruled a state law that makes it a crime to stalk someone by telephone is unconstitutional because it's too broad. Today's ruling overturns the conviction of Jason Peterson, who authorities say repeatedly left threatening messages for Rice County deputies. Peterson argued his conviction should be reversed because the state statute restricts free speech. The appeals court agreed, and now the state is determining whether to appeal.
There's another scam to be aware of, and this time the caller says they're with a local church. Bemidji police have been getting reports of scammers pretending to be Father Chuck from St. Philip's Catholic Church in Bemidji. The scammer is asking people to purchase iTunes and eBay gift cards for a friend with cancer. Father Chuck is aware of this scam and says he's not the one asking for these items.
The holidays can certainly be stressful, and that's why police have some tips to help you and your family deal with the hustle of the season. They suggest that you set aside your differences, try to accept family members and friends as they are, even if they don't live up to all of your expectations. Be realistic. The holidays don't have to be perfect or just like last year. Also, acknowledge your feelings and reach out to if you are feeling isolated. And also stick to your holiday budget and don't abandon healthy habits.
Local fire departments are encouraging you to remove the snow from around a fire hydrant near your property. There's no city ordinance requiring you to do so, but several people in South Fargo were taking the initiative as they cleared their driveways.
The first snow was different, man. It was definitely a learning curve. Wind was blowing. I started on the wrong side of the driveway.
It takes 5 minutes to dig it out. It's no big deal, you know. I think you have to do your own. You got to help the city out once in a while.
When it comes to hydrants on public property, the city clears them on an as-needed basis.
Find a real parking spot or get towed. Tow truck drivers have had their hands full this year, and now they're tackling another beast. Drivers not paying attention to winter parking rules.
Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer hit the streets to see how they're keeping up with the calls.
It's a never-ending cycle. The rest of the winter here, it seems like we're just constantly go, go, go.
A busy season already for Adam Krajewski. He's a tow truck driver with Ed's Towing. Not only has there been cars and he jumped here and there, but then there's also the ones that are parked where they shouldn't be.
Just because they're covered in snow, it's easy to notice. Rather than the summertime, you know, parking's not such a high priority, but when lots get smaller, then, you know, apartment complexes need to accommodate their tenants.
And it's not just the apartment parking lots that get smaller as the snow piles become larger. The streets themselves are a whole nother story. We tried talking to some tow truck drivers that are contracted through the city of Fargo to see what they do about these cars that sometimes get lost under all the snow. But they're so swamped with calls, they didn't have time. As for Krajewski, whose focus is more on the private property, he tells us their impound lots are filling up fast.
It can ruin somebody's day, but at the same time, it's necessary, you know, they need the room to work.
And if you want to avoid having your car end up in one of those impound lots, Krajewski says check up on your car frequently if you don't drive it that often. And the same goes if you're leaving it on the street. In the FM area, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
According to the city of Fargo, cars are impounded when they're found to be abandoned, and that can happen when it has been parked on a city street for more than 48 hours.
Never seems to fail. A snowstorm hits and people think that it's a good idea to go out driving. And that's why the Minnesota State Patrol is reminding all of us it's not a good idea to drive in a blizzard or a snowstorm. As snow continues to fall, here are a few winter driving reminders. Drive to the conditions. That means allow yourself to slow down and increase your following distance. Follow no travel advisories. Slow down and move over when you see flashing lights. Always have your headlights on and your cruise control off.
As anglers prepare for ice fishing, North Dakota Game and Fish has some rules to keep in mind. A maximum of 4 poles is legal, including tie-ups. Any holes more than 10 inches in diameter must be marked. It's illegal to leave fish, including bait, in the ice, and devices that automatically retrieve fish are illegal. We have a link to the entire list on our website, valleynewslive.com. You can click on the hot button.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
Well, there's a little chill in the air as we head into the overnight hours. It's a temperature of 4 below, a little bit of a light wind at only 6 miles per hour is driving that feels like temperature down to 16 below. Some dangerous wind chills over the next couple of overnight hours. Notice where the purple blob is here. That's where the coldest core of air is, and it's pushing from the Red River Valley into central portions of Minnesota. Now, look at the Jamestown temperature, 9 degrees above there, as some clouds and light showers of snow actually adding to the warmth of the atmosphere this hour. Wind chills are most ridiculous on the Minnesota side of the Red River, also up near the Grand Forks and Devil's Lake areas, 20 to 30 below for many. Here's a look at the clouds. Now, we do have a few out to the west and even some snow showers pushing their way through the region right now. These will briefly allow temperatures to warm back up. But right up here, southern Canada, that is another cold blob of air getting ready to burp its way out of Canada and right here into the valley. A wind chill advisory is in effect, not for very strong winds, but the fact that the temperatures are going to get so cold, the wind chills will be dangerous between 20 and 30 below. Now, we've put the wind chills up on here so you can monitor those as we step through time during the overnight hours. Those are the numbers in pink. Air temperatures steady to slowly rising for the first couple of hours overnight, and then that cold blob dives out of Canada. Temperatures for many will be in the teens below zero. A few of us down south, single digits below, with wind chills between 25 and 35 degrees below zero to start your day. Very frigid. Give yourself extra time to, at the very least, get the car cleaned off and warmed up. Now, as we go through the midday hours, we'll see a lot of sunshine. Temperatures stay below zero for most areas all day long. We could see one or two locations down to the south and west get to near zero or just above, but by and large, we stay cold all day, and the coldest core of air will be arriving on Wednesday morning as those north winds will usher it down. More on that in a moment. Right now, let's take a look at your Fargo planner. 15 below to start your morning. Then we warm up all the way to 4 below zero. Not too balmy for your afternoon. Your hometown temperature, again, everyone below zero for the most part, with the chance at 1 whole degree down in the Oaks and Ellendale areas for your afternoon. Now let's look at Wednesday morning. Tuesday night, we head to bed. Here is the cold core of the air arriving, and air temperatures, these are not wind chills, between 15 and 25 below. These will challenge some record lows for this time of the year here in the valley. Then, as we head through the latter portion of our Wednesday, some south winds will bring warmer air our way, but that comes with some growing pains in the form of flakes of snow. Wow, beautiful sundog photo here uploaded by David. There's one on the left, one on the right. As temperatures dive this cold, sundog's a pretty common event. Okay, Wednesday, we have that brutal cold start to the day, but the south winds warm temperatures to near zero. Thursday morning, showers of snow will be likely, with temperatures rising into the teens and even 20s for Friday. But then for tailgaters at the big Bison game, Hutch says, get ready for another Canadian blast of air. Temperatures are on their way back down to sub-zero readings through the weekend for many areas. Not quite as cold as this round, though, if that's any consolation.
A little bit, maybe.
There'll be a lot of propane sales and a lot of gas sales. They'll be getting their heaters ready to go.
That's right.
This weekend.
Good idea.
Yeah.